Солнце, а где наушники? Все. Да. Howdy, howdy, everyone. Do I have news for you, folks? Welcome back. This is Inside Russia. My name is Konstantin. I am streaming live, giving you latest developments, news updates on what is happening inside Russia. And things are happening. Woohoo! This is my fourth stream in 16 hours. I am hard to describe how I'm feeling right now. It's rush. It's expectations of something grand, a huge change, and I feel I am witnessing a historic moment, and I'm witnessing every single detail. I'm giving you the details, and with you, I'm going to be taking those small details, small pieces of puzzle, putting them all together, and a big picture will start appearing for all of us. Let me turn on the live stream chat. I welcome everyone to participate, to converse, ask questions. I do not guarantee I'll answer all questions, probably few. I will try to acknowledge all super chats. Thank you so much in advance. But I will be reading the feeds on the news coming from all kinds of Russia. And at first, I'm going to give you big news. What has happened since morning. This is my son, Michael. Thank you so much for helping me out. He's a little camera shy, but he wants to be in the stream always. Let me turn the live stream chat on. Here it is. Folks, first of all, thank you for joining. Thank you for coming. You're going to learn lots of interesting things today. Look, this morning, I finished streaming, and soon after, Vladimir Putin came out and addressed the nation. The address was not long, about 5 minutes long, and it was nothing extraordinary, nothing unusual, a very weak speech. He basically said again that Russia is facing a very difficult moment. You know, Russia's surrounded by the enemies. We didn't start the war. The West did. And at the end, of course, he addressed the Prigozhin raid onto Rostov. He declared Prigozhin traitor and enemy. He offered the combatants of ЧВК Wagner to surrender, and they will be forgiven and pardoned. Second time, because they were already pardoned, because most of them come from prisons doing times. They were doing times recently, and then boom, they are ЧВК Wagner combatants, and they're going on Moscow to topple Putin. So Vladimir Putin declared Prigozhin traitor and enemy. He declared what is happening in Russia right now, a mutiny, armed mutiny, and that's a very serious charge. Let me tell you, it's official, no fakes. Russian propaganda, Russian Ministry of Defense, yesterday were telling us that, oh, this is fakes. Oh, you know, nothing is happening. And then Vladimir Putin comes out, says there's mutiny. Turns out they were lying to us yesterday evening, all night long again. Ooh, anyway. Yevgeny Prigozhin, and this is big, came out publicly through his Telegram channel and made an announcement that Putin has made a mistake. And he chose the wrong side. And for this, Yevgeny Prigozhin and ЧВК Wagner is moving to Moscow to overthrow Putin. And they did move out of Rostov that they took over last night. They still are in control of Rostov. Part of ЧВК Wagner moved eastwards towards Krasnodar, and majority of forces, 2 columns, moving fast towards Moscow. Last night, I estimated it would take them at least 36 hours to make there. I underestimated speed and will of ЧВК Wagner competence and Prigozhin. Around noon in Russia, they conquered the city of Voronezh, which is exactly halfway between Moscow and Rostov, 500 kilometers from Rostov and 500 kilometers from Moscow. And they control major facilities in Voronezh, and they kept on moving. Right now, they are in Lipetsk province. And Lipetsk is not too far from Moscow, few-hour drive. And this is ЧВК Wagner for you. They are moving in, closing in on Moscow very, very fast. Now, Moscow is getting ready for the siege. There are heavy armor and military trucks full of personnel on Leninsky Prospect. Okay, they're moving southward outside Moscow, and they're blocking off the roads. Basically, they're preparing for a siege. I'm not really sure how and they're going to be defending Moscow and who is going to be defending, because, hey, all troops are in Ukraine. Police, I don't believe police will stand a chance against Wagner. Rosguardia, same thing. Those are riot police. They're not troops. ЧВК Wagner, hardened troops, criminals, armed combatants with experience that they recently gained. They're coming fast. There have been clashes, at least one recorded. You see, ЧВК Wagner is moving on a civilian highway, and there are civilian cars moving along, and Russian helicopter did strike ЧВК Wagner troops, and during the attack, one tractor trailer was damaged. Actually, the helicopter was attacking regular people. Well, yes, it's a usual occurrence for Russian army to attack civilians, innocent civilians. It doesn't matter the Ukrainian or Russian troops, they just don't care much. Okay, this is the biggest news, and there are tons of small details, folks. Every 1 minute, okay, there's a news comes out. And I will try to give you the news. I will try to answer some questions, but don't count on that much because there are so many people right now, so many questions. Let's do it. First of all, there are mutinies all over prisons in Russia right now. The prisoners want to break free and join Wagner. Surprise, surprise. In Rostov, huge uprising in prison. I see a few super chats. Let me acknowledge, and I will get back to the news. Meanwhile, on the way, I will answer questions. Jason Carney, hello again, and you're here for the 3rd time in the last 16 hours. Thank you so much, my friend. 4th time. I really appreciate the support. Mikhail Asp, thank you so much. Bob Brennan, best wishes. Thank you so much. Best wishes are definitely needed. Thank you. And financial support is awesome and huge. Thank you so much. Leo P, been a while. It's the 4th stream for me and for the mods. And by the way, did I mention that Lorna and Mommy and Blackhead are here? Folks, thank you so much. In Russia, we say that the friends are judged by hard times. Today is definitely hard time. 4th stream in less than 24 hours. And you show up every day. You didn't sleep much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate your support and your help. Pavel Mrozik, thank you so much. I am trying to keep it up. Thank you. Now let's get to the news. First of all, the oligarchs. Ever since this morning, guess what happened to oligarchs? That's right. They've been fleeing Moscow like fleas. They have planes, obviously, and a record number of private jets have been flying out Moscow airports. There are 4 airports in Moscow for private aviation. And usually when a plane takes off, the destination point is known. This was something very strange because the planes were taking off and they did not declare destination points. In my opinion, they're just taking off. They want to get out of Moscow, and they want to get out of Russia fast, and then they make a decision when they are up in the air. So this is what has been happening. Chechens voiced their opinion. Ramzan Kadyrov said that he was sending his troops and they were traveling to Rostov to take care of the mutiny. Nothing more than that, I know. So we will see soon, because it doesn't take long from Chechnya to Rostov. It's just 6-7 hour drive. So if they hurry up, they will be able to face ЧВК Wagner, and we'll see what happens. Of course, they might be moving slowly, and it might take them a couple days. They will take breaks, smoke breaks, things like that. And then once they get to Rostov, it's kind of going to be too late. But hey, at least they tried, right? We'll see. Time will tell soon. Skyfan, thank you for joining the sponsorship of Inside Russia, 2 minutes to midnight. Thank you so much from New Zealand. Thank you, my friend. New sponsor, Stig Ake Eriksson. Welcome to Inside Russia. And Jim Pearsall, thank you so much. Thumbs up to you. Thank you, my friend. The revolution will not be televised, but on Inside Russia it will be live streamed. That's a good one. This is exactly what I'm doing. Russian news, folks, I'm going to check right now, but I'm going to read you out loud what the Russian news say, and that's actually quite amusing. News number 1. Kadyrov called Prigozhin traitor. News number 2. A military person told of the situation near Zaporozhye. What's going on near Zaporozhye? Near office of Prigozhin in St. Petersburg, there was a car found with 4 billion rubles. Surprise, surprise. All of a sudden, Prigozhin is not the hero of Russia, not the savior of Russia, not the winner of Bakhmut, but the enemy and the traitor. Things change in Russia real fast, real quick. The head of the General Attorney Prosecutor General said that the attempt to divide Russian society has failed. Yeah, right. This is just hang on one second. Reading. Okay, so Ministry of Russian FEMA has just announced an dangerous weather in Moscow. Peskov denied messages and information of Vladimir Putin leaving for St. Petersburg. And in the upper chamber of Russian parliament, Prigozhin was compared to General Vlasov. I remember that. I'll remind you, General Vlasov is a Soviet general who defected and joined the side of Nazi Germany, and he had his own army. And then, of course, the football news. The goalkeeper of Team Russia was telling the stories of the head coach. And Moscow, there is the counterterrorism. Moscow has enacted the mode of counterterrorism. This mode is a situation, dangerous situation, that, when authorities are given extra rights and citizens are limited in their rights. So that's what's going on. Actually, there are quite a few news in the Russian state media of what's going on right now, but they're like neutral. Nothing dangerous is happening. Meanwhile, Prigozhin tanks are in Lipetsk province, and it's not too far from Moscow. By the way, they've been moving. They're going to be in Moscow towards dusk. No, towards dawn. Dawn, when the sun will be setting. Okie dokie. Moving on. My God. PwC Wagner, private war company Wagner, competence, are opening prison, have opened prison in Rostov-on-Don. So the prisoners are getting accepted to ЧВК Wagner. Oh my God, they just opened the door of a prison. Holy moly. It's hard time. I have hard time believing what's happening. You know, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I don't know what to tell you. Agnes, thank you so much for supporting. Thank you. Message taken, and the support is appreciated. Thomas Elliott, thank you so much. I feel like one. Yes. Brand Torius, welcome to Deep Inside Russia. Thank you for joining an upper tier of the sponsorship program. Tor Arne Vikhagen, thank you so much for your support. God bless you. Persona Incognito, I hope Lavrov unable to escape and faces justice. You know what? I hope they all unable to escape and all facing justice. Where are they going to escape? If they leave somewhere, you know, there will be a commission and they will be sought after and caught and brought back either to Russia or to Hague. Gang Ho Gonzalez, thank you so much for sponsoring 10 people, giving them gift of sponsorship. Thank you so much. And Katya Kutyavina, thank you. Welcome to Deep Inside Russia level. Leo P has just sponsored 5 people, giving sponsorship. Sanders Jonas, sending love and support from Ireland. Thank you so much. My wife are from Latvia and closely follow events in Ukraine and Russia. Only people like you can heal Russia. Thank you so much. I thank you. Thank you. I appreciate, my friend. Karen from Maine. Archangel Michael stands behind you with sharp swords and protect you and your family and your country. Thank you. Thank you. You're doing God's work. I'm trying. I'm not sure if I'm succeeding, but I'm doing my best. I don't know any other way how to do it. Thank you so much. Utek Krul, welcome to Inside Russia. Patrick Andrews, welcome to Inside Russia. Two new members. Welcome, friends. Amy Williams, thank you for your support. No message, but your message is heard. It's loud enough. Cecil Coty, thank you to Inside Russia. Thank you so much. Jekyll N, again, friend, you always give support with no words. Very rarely you write something, send a message along the way. Do you believe Putin is already mortally wounded, even if he managed to put Wagner down? Yes, I believe so. I believe that he is done and done. And oh my God, I'm glad to say that. I think he has days, perhaps hours left. Time is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, my friends. Crocodile is right there. He's, oh my God. He's after Putin. Tick tock. Another casual observer. Thank you. Praying you and the family. Thank you so much. Prayers are needed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Paul Jenkins, welcome to Inside Russia. Thank you so much for your support. And there's a new sponsor, Mike Worth. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, friends. Over 10,000 people watching simultaneously. Mods are doing fantastic job. Thank you so very much. Lorna, Mommy, Blackad, thank you. If you're new at this channel, please know that we have the best team of mods in the entire universe. Roman M, thank you so much for your support, Roman. Patrick Norland, thank you. Morning Glory, long time no see. Thank you so much for coming back and supporting. The senseless killing must stop. Tony Nagy, yes, it is about to stop soon. What you're witnessing, what we're all witnessing, is the beginning of the end. Anna Wildsville, thank you so much. Welcome to Inside Russia. Jimmy's Courtyards. Jimmy, Acha, howdy friend, thank you so much. All the way from Sunny Shores. Pat McVeigh, welcome to Inside Russia. Thank you, friend. Benjamin AVS Tech, welcome to Inside Russia. Andrew Baker, thank you very much. Let me give you a batch of latest news. What's happening? Okay. By the way, Vladimir Putin called Kazakh president, and I don't know what they were discussing, but the Kazakh president told Vladimir Putin that whatever is happening inside Russia is only a matter of Russian people and should be dealt inside Russia, internally. That's a slap in the face. The head of Russia's defense committee, SVR, and military intelligence, Sergei Naryshkin, just announced that attempts to start the civil war in Russia have failed. What you smoking, Naryshkin? Right now we are seeing the fire is spreading like it's wildfire all over Russia. Andrew Baker, thank you so much. P. Bryant, outstanding coverage, thank you so much. Thank you. Past 18 months. Yeah, it's been 18 months already. Thank you for your support. Mr. Green, my name is Ozymandias, king of King's Luke, of my work so mighty in despair. Nothing besides remains around the decay. Thank you for your support. Thanks for the message. Constance Campbell, thank you very much. Mighty Peller, thank you for your support. Cavill Fox, long-time viewer, great to get factual commentary. Thank you so much. Now, Dmitry Peskov has just announced about 20 minutes ago that Vladimir Putin is still in the Kremlin, which I have a hard time believing, but usually when a Russian official of high caliber comes out and says something, for example, something is black, you can be sure that is white and the official is lying. So I don't believe Peskov. I think Putin wasn't even Kremlin in the first place. Yeah, Putin is working at the Kremlin. Yeah, right. That's an interesting news coming from Rostov. I remind you that the city of Rostov fell the very first Last night, ЧВК Wagner entered Rostov and started controlling, and it controlled military HQ for the province of Rostov and for the entire south of Russia. That's where the military HQ is. And at this point, there are two generals, Yevkurov and Alexeyev, are behind ЧВК Wagner. It's unclear whether they joined willingly or they're being kept captive. Not sure, but they are on the side of ЧВК Wagner. And right now, about 20 minutes ago, Rostov mayor Alexei Logvinenko publicly made a statement asking locals to be careful because the military equipment is going through the city. In accordance with heavy machinery and heavy armor going through city streets, please be careful. For your own safety, do not leave your homes. Please do not come to the central part of Rostov and do not leave children without supervision. That's Russian Mayor Alexei Logvinenko right now. There is an explosion of an oil refinery in Voronezh, a big one. The refinery exploded about 3 hours ago. The witnesses say that there was a helicopter, it flew in, there was a huge explosion. Russian armed forces blowing things up, you know. And again, to them it doesn't matter. If it's a civil facility in Ukraine, civil facility in Russia, they could care less. That's the Russian army for you. Wheezy, thank you for sponsoring me. Mighty Peller, thank you again. Kazmira Flanagan, we'll be listening to you all day. Thank you so much. I wish I could speak into you all day. Duke Smile, welcome to Inside Russia. Thank you. The guy next door, great seeing Kazakhstan taking a stand. Yes, Kazakhstan is definitely taking a stand. One part will be defeated, but everyone loses. Innocent people on both sides are paying terrible price. Yes, agree, and that's very tragical. The wheels came off, as you said. I wonder what will happen now to nut jobs like Medvedev. We will see. Medvedev's been keeping silent. Yeah, I'm looking for him to come out and say, "Oh, evil West! Oh, we're gonna nuke everything out. We're gonna just finish this life." You know, where is Medvedev? Hey, come out. Timothy Robbins, thank you so much for your support. Thank you, my friends. Thanks for everyone who has come to watch me. There are 12,500 people. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. All right. News. Poland President Andrzej Duda has just conducted consultations with Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki, Minister of National Security and Friendly States. We are watching the events unfolding on the east side of the border. Estonia has increased the security of its border with Russia. At this point, there is no direct threat to Estonia. The Prime Minister, Kaja Kallas, said she asked Estonians to postpone coming to any region of Russia. Not the best time, she said. And you know what? Estonian Prime Minister is absolutely right. It's not the best time. Sverdlovskaya region has just declared the mode of heightened security. Okay, that's an interesting news coming from Lipetsk region. I'll remind you, if you look at the map, you will see Rostov on the bottom, Moscow on the top. In between Voronezh, Lipetsk, Tula, and Moscow, there are provinces. Rostov is a huge province, about 5-hour drive from south to north. Voronezh is about 3-hour drive. And then there are small provinces, Lipetsk and Tula. So the Wagner tanks are up to Lipetsk right now. About 2 hours in Lipetsk, 2-hour drive, and 1-hour drive in Tula, and they will be in Moscow province. So the news coming out from Lipetsk province, the Lipetsk authorities have canceled all bus routes to Voronezh, to nearby bus trips to nearby Voronezh province, including the transit ones. And also they're saying that they might cancel all the routes to Moscow. Well, you know what? No kidding. More Pie, thank you so much for your support from Australia. I hope this somehow works out well for both Ukraine and Russia. I hope so. I pray and hope that Ukrainians stop suffering and the Russians withdraw and the peace will be established in Ukraine. That's priority number one. And then Russia will need to take care of their own problems. Oh my God. We Russians, we have a lot of work to do. Decades of work and generations of work. More Pie, thank you so very much. Jimmy Courtyards again, thank you. Timothy Robinson, Michael Martineau from Canada, thank you so much. Brain Torius, best wishes from Sweden. Sending love from Tashkent, thank you, friend. Island Home 3, thank you so much. No message, but your message is strong enough. Handsome Kent. Fox News is said their leader is under threat. Who's Fox News leader? Reichs 82, your opinion, is Prigozhin a better president for the West? No. He's a criminal, he's not a good guy. He is equally bad, same bad as Putin. And he will not be the president. He will not be allowed. But the thing is, he has started the changes in my country. He is the catalyst of explosion, of the revolution, of I don't believe civil war starts happening right now, but there's an attempt of a coup d'etat. Ken BF65, howdy friend from Denmark. Good to have you reporting the news live. Thank you so much. Malamuti, Elisa from Finland. Hello, my friend. I'm worried if Prigozhin gets position of control here, he's going to be brutal toward neighbors. Right now, it's a coin toss. What happens? Prayers. I agree with you on right now. It's a coin toss on what happens. Yeah, we don't know, and you're absolutely right. But even if he gets power, he will not be brutal towards neighbors. His goal number one will be to keep his own power. He will concentrate his focus inwards, inside Russia. He would want to maintain good relationship with neighbors, okay? Including Finland, all the Baltic states, the United States, the Western countries, everyone. He will need, whoever comes after Putin, okay? They're going to be a striking contrast to Putin, because they will want to grab power. Remember Putin in 2000, okay? He was absolutely fine with the West. He wanted to be liked by the West. This is how the new leader will be. 94 GB at GF8, thank you so much. Arno, howdy. Better days have arrived, my friend. Where do you expect political situation in Russia to develop? I expect the change. The change might come in different forms, but this will be the change. And right now, it's absolutely clear this situation will be not negotiated. Okay, there's going to be a clash. The tanks, Prigozhin tanks, are moving, closing in on Moscow. There's going to be a fight. Either they will be defending Moscow. Perhaps they will not. They will just let Prigozhin in, just like they did in Rostov. Who knows? But things are developing. Breaking news. Please tune in to Inside Russia. I give you the freshest stuff. Albert von Bazetsky, thank you. Hope we'll talk about peace very soon. Too many people died for nothing. You're absolutely right, for nothing. Absolutely nothing. Cheers from Italy. My thoughts are for Russian citizens now. They deserve more and better. Thank you so much, Albert. Thank you. I appreciate it. Cecil Coty, thank you for gifting sponsorship to 5 people. Suti, thank you so much. Welcome to Inside Russia. Dragon Reaperness, you and your people are in my thoughts. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate it. John Dostal, I don't normally do this, but I wanted to find a way to show my support. We're praying for you for peace and freedom all the way from Montana. Stay safe and keep up the good work. Thank you so much, John. I appreciate it. Cheers. I'm trying, really trying. Tired, but hey, this historic moment is happening right in front of our eyes, Universal law, welcome to Inside Russia. Thank you. Tired, need sleep. That's me. If Prigozhin takes power, there's no guarantee it'll be a good thing. He may be even worse unless someone moderate comes along. Prigozhin will not take power. He will not be allowed to. Even if he takes power, not for long, okay? And you're right, he is not that great. He's probably even worse than Putin. But he's the catalyst of changes in Russia. Optimus Valerius, welcome to Inside Russia. Let me give you some more news. Okay, news coming from Lipetsk province. This is the key province. This is where ЧВК Wagner is right now. If official Russian government wants to put up a fight, Lipetsk is the place to do that. If Prigozhin passes through Lipetsk province, then it's bad news for Putin. Okay, so the residents of Lipetsk province have been asked to stay home and not leave home without very good reason. To provide safety and lawlessness, we are asking citizens of Lipetsk province. I've never heard of the citizens of Lipetsk province. I've heard the residents, but it says citizens of a Lipetsk province, okay? Do they want to establish their own country within Lipetsk province? Interesting. So anyway, they're asking people to refrain from leaving home, buy food, buy car in any way. People are gathering in Rostov-on-Don. I see big crowds. Well, finally, Russians are doing something, waking up. Finally, holy cow. Tons of people in Rostov. Tons of people. You were asking me, when will Russians start waking up? Well, this is now. Tons of people. There's some kind of a protest going on right about now. No, about 1 hour ago. I'm seeing the video. Empress, thank you so much. Finally able to catch a stream for the first time since you left Russia. Hello. That's today all days. You will get your country back. Thank you. Okay, there's an explosion near military headquarters, Ministry of Defense headquarters in Rostov. Also has been shootings. The Red Square in the center of Moscow has been blocked off and closed. They are warning of limiting internet, mobile and regular Wi-Fi internet in the zone of counter-terrorism operation or whatever. Basically, Russians will lose internet soon. Red Cheeseman, thank you so much for your support. Thank you, I appreciate it. Um, Justice Pathos. Any clue where Shoigu and Gerasimov are in a public message from them? Not one single public message from them. No one knows where they are. Putin, no one knows where Putin is. He shows up. It's not clear where the message was recorded, whether in the Kremlin or in the bunker. No one knows. Shoigu and Gerasimov, there is a rumor that Gerasimov was in Rostov. He fled, and he's hiding at a private apartment somewhere in Rostov at his relative's place. Okay? That would not surprise me. Russian military leadership for you. Herbert Wittard, thank you so much for your support. No message, but this message is pretty powerful. Mr. D, fight tracking sites show fights over Moscow are making circles in the air. Flights over Moscow. Well, I think what Russian Ministry of Defense, Russian Army, has advantage over is having Air Force, having planes and helicopters. This is something that Prigozhin doesn't, and they have, and they can use it against him, and it's a very powerful defense mechanism, using planes, fighter jets, and things like that, So I'm pretty sure they're tracking, flight in circles over Moscow. Rafi Daum, Shalom, thank you so much. Shalom Leolem. I've got a funny feeling that someone will assassinate Prigozhin. Sooner or later is bound to happen. I think he's a dead man walking, if you ask me. Jeffrey West, peace and love from New Hampshire, USA. Been watching your station for a few months. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. I appreciate the support, and your words are priceless. In New Hampshire, fantastic states. I used to drive to North something outlets from Maine and shop there, tax-free. Good stuff. Phil Wonton, thank you so much, all the way from New Zealand. Biolithic. Good morning from Texas. Texas in the house. Everything is bigger and better in Texas, huh? Thank you for reporting. Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you for coming and watching. Thanks for supporting. Connie, thank you. Howdy from unusual suspect from insignificant country. I like that. I remember. Good humor. John Grieve, thank you. Thank you so much. And Dreams Team, thank you. I appreciate it. More news for you. Roskomnadzor, Russian internet watchdog, has warned Russians on limiting the internet services. No wonder. They don't want Russians to read the truth in Telegram channels and on the Western sites. Of course they don't. Okay, that's an interesting news that just came from Russian State Parliament. Andrei Kartapolov, head of Defense Committee, has just stated that there is no need to announce martial law in Moscow. You know what it means? Martial law will be enacted soon. Because do not ever trust a Russian official of high caliber. Every time they open their mouths, lies start coming out of them. Dmitry Medvedev spoke out. He has called Russians to unite around President Vladimir Putin for a victory of external and internal enemies and saving the country. We need to unite behind our president. Chasm and traitorship is the way to the greatest tragedy, universal catastrophe, and we're not gonna let it happen. The enemy will be defeated. The victory will be ours. That's what Dmitry Medvedev just announced. He should have kept silence, Moscow River, all the vessels, ships have been ordered to stop sailing. Okay. Sergei Sobyanin, Moscow mayor, has denied that Moscow has been blocked off for people to get out and get in. And yet, the real reports come in that Moscow is blocked off. What the fudge? Oh my gosh. Dennis Bossman, thank you so much. Fantastic to have you as a sponsor inside Russia. Fabian Bautista, howdy from Texas again. Another Texan in the house, do you think will lead to a second Russian civil war? I don't know, but it will definitely lead to big changes. Is this a turning point for the Russians for freedom? I hope so. Estimating the magnitude of this event happening, I place it the same magnitude as of what happened on February 24th, 2022. The war was declared. Today is the same thing, the same magnitude, the event of the same magnitude. This is big, friends. This is extremely, extremely big. Trying to make myself comfortable. I'm waiting for Wagner tanks to show up near Moscow. What's going to happen then? There are two key events we're waiting for. First is passing through Lipetsk province. Lipetsk province governor is a longtime friend of Prigozhin, but he's also loyal supporter of Vladimir Putin. And right now, he could be deciding the fate of Russia. If he lets Prigozhin pass through his province, then the way to Moscow is open. We're waiting for that. I'm not seeing any news about Wagner in fighting in Lipetsk province, but I keep on looking. Carbon, hello, do you think this is the beginning of the end of war? Yes, I certainly do think so. Will it make things even worse? No, not worse for Ukraine. For Russia, perhaps worse. Putin made it worse 18 months ago, okay? New sponsor, Phil Wantun, welcome to Inside Russia. Nation Demon, welcome back. Thank you. Great to see you, friend. Thank you for gifting sponsorship to 5 people. And Dr. Reason, my bad. Prigo wants one or two things: control over the war, or to exchange peace and withdrawal from Ukraine for amnesty guarantees from the West. We'll see. I disagree with both of them, but we will see. Yevgeny Prigozhin has just announced that combatants of ЧВК Wagner will not surrender. The President Putin, when he said that we betrayed Russia, he is very wrong. He made a mistake. We're patriots of our motherland. We fought and we are fighting, and no one is going to go and surrender, regardless whether the president is asking, FSB, KGB, or anyone else. Also, he replied to the morning address of Vladimir Putin. Those who are trying to get us into this crime, I am calling not to make this fatal and tragic mistake. That's Putin said, I'm sorry, disregard. Anyway, Putin told people not to make this fatal and tragic mistake, not to get involved in this mutiny. And basically, Yevgeny Prigozhin basically said, fudge off. Team S, thank you so much. Welcome to Inside Russia, Team. Enjoy every minute. Thank you. Breaking. Oh, interesting. Wagner Group has now reached Lipetsk region. Well, that's kind of old news. It's an hour and a half ago they reached Lipetsk region. Moscow is only 4 hours away by car. From Lipetsk, it's less than 4 hours. Well, Lipetsk region is, if you look at M4, it's quite large. I think it's over 100 miles. So depending on where they are right now, it could take less than 4 hours. The Battle of Moscow could start this evening. I think it will. I think it will. Mr. K, this will be hell of Hollywood blockbuster starring David Bautista as Prigozhin fighting villain Steven Seagal. That's funny. Ix Titus, welcome to Inside Russia, and also Dan Hammond, welcome to Inside Russia. Jason Chang, thank you for your support. Warit Jepinyo, support for Ukrainian and Russian from Thailand. You know what? Thank you so much. I am so touched by you sending support to both Ukrainians and Russians. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. T. Crane, same thing. Prayers for both Ukrainians and Russian people. Instead of sleeping last night, I was streaming. I slept for 4 hours. I woke up and I streamed again. Hope this event we have been waiting for, and pray it will be the better. Best wishes to you and your family. Thank you so much. Thank you. We have over 15,000 people watching right now, and this is fantastic number. And thanks for liking this live stream, by the way. Thank you. Так. Let's look at something else, some other news. Putin has just signed a new law that lets the authority detain any person for up to 30 days for breaking the rules of martial law. 30 days. Holy moly. Let me show you, folks. Unfortunately, I cannot share my screen, but this is what's happening near my home in Moscow. So you understand. Sorry, this is the best way I can show you. They're setting up machine guns, sandbags, you know. This is real. This is going to be a Battle of Moscow soon, in a few hours. Well, good luck fighting tanks with this machine guns. Son-in-law of Sergei Shoigu, the Minister of Defense of Russian Federation, the General of Army. That's highest rank you can achieve in the Russian army. The guy in charge of defending Russia from the enemies. The guy in charge of defending Russia from whoever, you know. His son-in-law has just fled Moscow, going to Dubai. Yeah. Have a good time, guy. Just like I said, they will, I've been saying it for years now. I was saying there will come a day when they will jump into their cars, rush to airports, sit into their planes, and would just take off from Russia and will say, goodbye, everyone. It's been fun. You know, we worked here, we made money here, and good luck. You know, have a good life. And the Russian people will be like, wait a second, where are you going? Like, okay, we're going home. Oh, we just worked here. And this is exactly what is happening today on June 24th, 2023. Oh. Lori Knock, thank you so very much for your support. Nation Demon, again, thank you. William Wetzel, day number 2 of the flea circus, and the hot dog salesman is still alive. Good morning, Constantine. Good afternoon for me. Good morning for you. Howdy, howdy. T. Crane, again, thank you for praying for both Russians and Ukrainians. B1 Vintage, long time watcher, first time in live chat. Thank you so much. Prigozhin has been saying Russia made a mistake attacking in Ukraine. Yes, and he's the one who's been fighting in Ukraine for the last 17 months. What do you think he will do about Ukraine if he wins? Ukraine will be the least of his worries, okay? Once you win this ordeal and you establish yourself as a leader, there will be tons of power groups that you will need to either make deals with or destroy or, conquer, so they surrender to you. And this is going to be his focus. Ukraine, he will try to get rid of Ukrainian problem as soon as he gets the president. He will make a deal with the Ukrainians. He will sign for reparations. He will make a deal with Americans, you name it. So time will tell. Didier, welcome to Deep Inside Russia. That's an upper tier. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, Malamuti. Even though I knew that leave, I find it astonishing. Prayers for Ukrainian and Russian people. Thank you again. Thank you so much. This is Inside Russia, not Inside Washington. Hello from Los Angeles, says John Wakamatsu. Hi, howdy, howdy. Brian Tai, hello from Ireland, from Western Australia, Perth, Kolaru. Thank you, friends. Thank you, everyone. There's too many people, I can't mention everyone by name, but I am very grateful that you have all come and you're watching. I'm trying my best, giving you the news updates the best I can. Shenandoah, thank you so much. Nicole Lorien, thank you, thank you, thank you. Panic buying is happening in Rostov. Queues are very long. ЧВК Wagner are also fighters are staying in lines. A rocket flew into a yard of a Russian residential complex in Voronezh, right next to people, regular civilians walking by, cars parked, children playing, and they just said that's not Ukrainians, that's Russians. Russians attacking Russians. Well, that's what it's come to. Okay. Looks like a lot of policemen and other power block people are leaving, running away from where ЧВК Wagner is coming to. Jen, thank you so much. And they let him out. I'm not sure what that means, but thank you anyway. 320 yen, you must be from Japan. Thank you. Nicola Agalini, greetings from Italy. Thank you so much for wonderful words. I appreciate them. Hope both countries find peace. Me too. Pray for that every single day. Okay. All the cops have been called up on heightened alert, And this situation will last until Tuesday. They start receiving the orders from their Moscow authorities, and I'm talking about Moscow cops. There is a prison in Moscow called Butyrka, and right now, about 15 minutes ago, all the inmates are trying to revolt. Okay, Krasnodar, a little southeast of Rostov. Police officers are raiding offices of ЧВК Wagner. I remind you, ЧВК Wagner had rehabilitation offices, rehabilitation centers in Krasnodar for those who are wounded. And there are massive raids. As you know, most of ЧВК Wagner are former inmates of prisons. I'm not sure how the paperwork was done. I'm pretty sure that in many cases there was no paperwork. That Prigozhin was just taking people out of prisons. And now policemen are raiding ЧВК Wagner, asking on what basis they're not in prison, but they are, on rehabilitation in Krasnodar. So this is so Russian government for you. First, they let these people out. They let Prigozhin take everyone out of prisons. And now they're putting them back to prisons, saying, what basis, you should be in prison. Oh, my God. Gary Black, thank you. Are you laughing with me? Gary, this is Russian government is quite something else, let me tell you. Back with a news reporter like none other. Inside Russia is bringing up the most up-to-date news. Thank you, Gary. Thank you for your support and thanks for wonderful words. Thank you. I'm trying my best, folks. LMVG has just sponsored 20 people, gave gifts of membership to 20 people. Thank you so much, friend. Lisa, your people deserve better, as do the Ukrainian people. I hope the peace can be found at all. Sending love and thanks from Canada. Thank you so much, Lisa. Much needed, much appreciated. The words of love. Dana Bean, thank you for being live. Started watching you when this began. God bless. Thank you so much, Dana. Antonio Guerrero, just found your stream. Thank you for the updates. Hope the peace for Ukraine and Russia. From Texas, everything is bigger and better in Texas. The last pillar of freedom. Fabian Bautista, thank you. Is it possible that Putin's army will turn against him? Very possible. We're gonna be waiting. In the next few hours, everything will be decided. Like I said, Putin might be out of the office by tomorrow evening, which is today evening. Forming an alliance between Wagner and the Russian armed forces. Rumors have it. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I definitely saw two generals accompanying Prigozhin everywhere, following him, nodding him, like, students that didn't learn the lesson. General Eliseev, he was out speaking, calming everyone down yesterday, and General Yevkurov. Whether they joined Wagner voluntarily or they were forced, or perhaps they're being captured, they're being kept captive, I don't know. But it's a fact. And there are rumors that some military personnel joining ЧВК Wagner. Jan, they let the important person leave, but average men must not leave. They must go to Ukraine. Thank you so much. Hard to disagree with you. Thank you for your support too. Dale Davis, good luck to you, sir. Thank you for sending my love from Tashkent to you, Dale. Thank you. Marcia Ramirez, welcome to Inside Russia. G, darn fabulous. Thank you. Just found your channel. Have shared it far and wide. Can't wait until Putin answers for the crimes. Me too. Me too. Thank you so much for finding the channel. Thank you for sharing it. And I can't wait either. Mike Owens, thank you so much from Australia. Getting back to the news. So, that's an interesting news. Putin has a few planes. They're called the presidential set of planes. So one of those planes, and this set of planes is called Russia. Okay, obviously it's Putin's plane. So that they serve to Russia's president. So one of the planes, 214 PU, flew out of Vnukovo, which is Moscow airport, towards St. Petersburg, and interesting. 214 PU. PU means that it has the red button, with a nuclear mobile nuclear management center. So with a red button. So that's what PU stands for. And he flew out of Vnukovo towards St. Petersburg, and he disappeared on the way. They either turned off transponder, that's the tracking device in the plane, or they don't. They obviously they don't want to show where the plane is flying to, or there's no more plane. It's been downed, so we don't know that. Mishustin, both Putin and Mishustin left Moscow. Okay, Mishustin is the prime minister. Supposedly they're going to St. Petersburg. Putin's best friend Arkady Rotenberg left the country yesterday, and no one knows where he is. This is happening. There are a few business jets fleeing Moscow, leaving Moscow, and going to St. Petersburg. It looks like all the elites are leaving Moscow fast. I wonder where they're gonna go. Let's suppose they fly to St. Petersburg and they land there. And Prigozhin takes Moscow. What's the next thing he does? He will move on to St. Petersburg. And it doesn't take long. St. Petersburg is almost twice closer to Moscow than Rostov. And then after he's moving and closing in onto St. Petersburg, where are all those elites are gonna fly to? They can't fly abroad. No one is waiting for them. I hope you will not take them in Estonia, in Latvia, in Poland, in France, in Italy. I hope you will not let them resettle there, I hope you don't do that, because if you do, that'd be a very bad move. So what are they gonna do? All right, they are thinking of moving all government agencies, government bodies from Moscow to St. Petersburg, and a lot of high-ranked officials are leaving Moscow. So basically, there's an exodus of state officials from Moscow to St. Petersburg. Holy moly! Just saw this column of ЧВК Wagner moving to Moscow was being attacked by Russian armed forces. Folks, I'm sorry, I cannot show it to you. It's pretty pretty bad way of showing things, but this is what happened. This is how Russian army is attacking ЧВК Wagner. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. They are laying mines in the center of Rostov-on-Don. Check this out. I don't know what to say, folks. This is real. LEB, thank you so much. Reflections of a CEO, thank you, friend. Justin Fisher, thank you. New sponsor, Harry Cancer, thank you so much, sir. LMVG has just given gift of 20 sponsorships. Or is it second time I'm reading this? John, thank you, appreciate you. You're supporting. This must be tough for you to watch unfold. Extremely tough. My friends, extremely tough. I want to show as much as I can because you will not see this anywhere. Okay? They're not going to be showing this in your news. But it's extremely... my city is being... you know, if it was a real enemy coming in and doing something to Russia, I wouldn't feel as bad. I would feel like full of energy to go and fight, to go and defend my family and so forth. But that's my people doing to my people. That's Russians doing to my city. Ukrainians, please forgive us. Forgive us. This is just insane. Hi, Jen, thank you so very much for your support. Ernest Connell, thank you. Howling Sarge, thank you so much. Justin Fisher, thank you. Watching from Alaska, wow, long time, long way. ERP Thompson Quinn, thank you. Nation Demon, thank you so much. It's not the fault of the Russian people. You have no reason to apologize. Just a dude, I do. There is a reason for me to apologize because you know what? And I'm being brutally honest, and I'm being... I'm a Russian citizen. I was born and raised in the USSR. I grew up in the USSR. I lived in Russia. I lived in the United States. I traveled all over the world. I came back to Russia. It's not like I was misinformed. I knew what was happening. And I was sitting on my butt for 15 years, watching a Russian government taking my country away from me, bit by bit by bit. They were working stepping stones. And this is my fault. I should have known. I should have used my brain. I should have used my energy to oppose. And if a few million, just like me, would do same, Russia would have been different. So this is my fault partially. I did not press the button. I don't feel guilty for starting the war, but I feel very guilty for allowing this to happen. They boiled me like a frog for years. And you know what? There's no excuse. At least I cannot find excuse for myself. So I keep apologizing. Every time I see Ukrainians, I keep apologizing. And this is exactly how I feel. And that's going to haunt me for the rest of my life, my friend. Um, well, the prices for tickets are skyrocketing right now. From Moscow to Yerevan, right now you can fly for $4,000. From Moscow to Istanbul and Astana and Tbilisi, the direct flights are no more. Dubai, from Moscow, you can fly to Dubai right now for $6,000. Yep. Well, I paid 5,200 for my flight from Moscow to Hujand. Bablin Brook, thank you so much for your support. Thank you. No message, but I appreciate this message is very strong. William Wetzel, the hot dog salesman will be squashed before the end of the weekend, seems. Stay safe, Constantine. Thank you. There will be a real insurrection, but it is not now. Thank you, William. Zach Holden, Belarus is next, for sure. Tim Anderson, evil eventually consumes itself. Agreed, cannot argue with that. Pray that freedom-loving Russians rebuild Russia and join the democratic nations. Russian greatness in the arts of science will also be set free. Thank you. Thanks. Prigozhin has just released a message, a new one. Says, on our way, we have not killed one person. Russian Air Force is, attacking us, helicopters and jets. We entered Rostov without one single shot. He also claims that Rostov, the locals are supporting ЧВК Wagner. They're having flags, waving flags of ЧВК Wagner. They're paying for combatants food, and they bring them food. The last hour, a Telegram messenger has been slowed down in Russia a great deal, so people have hard time receiving messages. Well, no wonder. I think they have started slowing down internet, and they will shut it off soon. I will still find a way how to keep in touch with you folks and how to inform you. Don't worry, even if internet in Russia is shut down. Daniel, thank you and welcome to Inside Russia. Daryl Altenhof, complicity while living in dictatorship is support, but action is redemption. You have your support. Thank you. Marius Manilak, thank you so much. Me, I appreciate your huge support. Thank you for continued hard work. You Inside is exceptional. Thank you so very much. I appreciate. Thank you for your support. Money is needed. Much appreciated. The words are priceless. Inspirational and motivational. Thank you so much. Angela Sales, welcome to Inside Russia. And Funky Fudge 11, what is the probability that Prigozhin has Western support, financial, logistical, armament, etc.? Not probable. Possible, of course, but not probable, Так, what else is happening? Emerald Buddha, thank you so very much for your huge support. I appreciate. There's no message, but your message is extremely powerful. It's heard and it's noted here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Wastelander, I asked you in a live chat once when we'll see huge Russian protests in Moscow and St. Petersburg. Well, now war is coming to them. Is it time to go out on the streets? It seems like there's a huge crowd gathering in Rostov. I will keep you informed on that. I don't know what happens next. Daniel, third son, thank you so much. Peace to all. Thank you for your huge support. I appreciate it. Thank you. No comment. How is Z liking his no limit agreement? I don't. Oh my gosh. You know what? Z, I think he will come out on top. No matter what happens in Russia, he will take his piece. There is Russian Amazon. There are actually two Amazons. One is called Ozon, and another one is called the marketplace called Wildberries. So Wildberries had tons of offerings with ČVK Wagner logo and symbols, apparel, souvenirs, and right now they have started deleting them from their website. Things change in Russia very fast, you know. Today you're a hero and a savior of Russia, and tomorrow you're a traitor and an enemy, you know. Same thing's gonna happen to Putin. You just watch. He's the commander-in-chief, you know, then tomorrow is gonna be an enemy. Traitor to Russian people. Interesting development. Kadyrov people, Chechenians, they're closing in on ČVK Wagner. Okay, they are a few dozens of minutes away from ČVK Wagner troops. We'll see what happens. Igor Strelkov, the guy who started the war with Ukraine back in 2014, who's been convicted of war crimes and sentenced to life in prison by an international war crime court in Hague, he just announced that Prigozhin has all the chances of taking power, toppling Putin, and becoming the president of Russia. Meanwhile, the Ukrainians are moving forward, pushing forward, and I think that they're going to be very successful because Russian military leadership Shoigu and Gerasimov nowhere to be found, keeping silent. It's crazy. Folks, I'm feeling like I told you so is an understatement. Go back and watch my stream from 2 weeks ago. 7 reasons I believe civil war is coming to Russia. Well, we're seeing it right now. Транслирую. Транслирую. Да, да. Ну я, наверное, скоро уже. Минут 20, наверное, еще. Фу. I'm getting emotionally exhausted, friends. I'm seeing Very ambiguous feelings. Um, the changes are needed in Russia. The changes are expected by many people. I've been expecting changes for a long time, but the country is falling into chaos. Law is ceasing to exist in Russia. Chaos is increasing. People with guns all over, and they are becoming the law. Not good for Russia. Not good for anyone, you know. Jen, thank you so much. What you said was a great reminder to citizens of every country to stand up and stop power-hungry fascist politicians before they get into the office. Jen, please, learn from our mistakes. Don't make your own. You're absolutely right. John, will you be returning to Russia after regime change? Doubt it. Rag S, thank you so much. John, this is the dilemma I'm facing. I love Russia very much. Well, I loved Russia. I loved the place that I lived. I loved Moscow. Fantastic city. Before the war, I streamed every single Saturday. I was showing Moscow through my own eyes, and you, the ones who stayed with me a long time ago, you remember how much love I was giving Moscow, okay? I love Rostov. It's my hometown. I was born and raised there. What I can't stand is the government, and if it's gone, the people, they have changed. How can I look into the eyes of people who wrote 20,000 denunciation letters to KGB and 20,000 criminal investigations are underway against people who simply stood out and claimed that they were against the war? 7,000 people have been convicted of the crime, one crime, just going against the war with Ukraine, standing for peace. And they didn't place themselves into prisons. You know, they were arrested, they were charged, they were ratted on by people. And I simply don't want to live among those people because the government will change. People will stay the same. And this is the dilemma I'm facing. I don't want to go back and live among those rats, among those bloodthirsty monsters. I feel like I'm damaged. You know, I feel like I don't have home anymore. And this is the answer to your question. So no, I do not intend. The one with force. Thank you. Propaganda is in shock. There are literally no news in Bulgaria at all. They don't get info, what to tell and share. You know what? You have made a very good point because I'm giving you the news of what's happening on the ground, but propaganda, zilch. They're keeping quiet as they disappeared, okay? And I predicted that. This is exactly what I said. They're keeping quiet, and then tomorrow they will stand up and be saying, oh, we never liked Putin, or we were forced, or we always loved Prigozhin, or whoever is going to be instead of Putin, you know, oh, we always loved that, and then they will be hailing that person. Mr. Wastelander, thank you. Another one, you're worth it. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's, you know, money is appreciated, but the words are priceless. Can we talk about the lesser evil here? Is there a lesser evil, Vladimir Vladimirovich or Yevgeny? I think Yevgeny is lesser evil right now because what's going to happen again? What's going to happen if he makes the president? The last thing he's going to worry about is Ukraine. He will try to finish the bloodshed, finish the war as soon as he can on any terms. Because what he's going to be concentrated on inside Russia, he will need to keep his power. To gain power is actually easy, but to keep it is difficult. And this is what he's going to be about. So I think he's going to be lesser evil, but I don't want him as a president anyway. He's not a good person. Ren, send in love. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ren. Thank you. Love has received Bicycle Sunday. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Thank you. Martin, Konstantin, I have subscribed back to your channel. Well, you know what? Thank you so much. I figured then you must have unsubscribed before, now you're subscribed again. Was once very harsh to you in comments. I see you one day replacing Solovyov on TV, explaining things with your point of view. Martin, I don't quite remember you being harsh, but you know what? Whatever happened in the past, let's keep it that way. So thank you for resubscribing to the channel. Glad to have you back. So good. We made amends. Connie, this is the day when we're closing up on Carthago de Lenda S. Thank you. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Talix FDB, I hope that Navalny will be released in near future. Stay safe. Me too. Me too. He's definitely a political prisoner and he is in prison for no good reason. Just Putin's will. Katharina S, thank you from Czech Republic. I still remember our private stream. Fantastic to have you here. Thank you so much. Your words touch me deeply. We're in the same boat. I was just lucky enough not to be born and raised in Russia. Thank you. It's an honor to know you. Love to your family from Czechia. Honor is mine. And you're, I'm going to make a print screen of your words. Thank you. This is just fantastic. Katerina, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Whale boy, Putin has nothing to fear. He has Steven Seagal. This is the joke of the day. I miss Jeffrey S. Yeah, that's right. He has Steven Seagal protecting him. Ooh. Dave, thank you so much. Welcome to Inside Russia. Lots of love coming from different countries. I'm seeing. I cannot answer all questions. I am focusing more on Russian news happening in Russia. Friends, about 10 more minutes. You know what? Physically, I can go on streaming for quite some time now, but I am getting emotionally exhausted. I am just imploding. Let me wrap up the most important news up to right now. My friends, you are asking me, when will Russians stand up and get onto the streets? Well, this is the moment right now. This is Rostov-on-Don, and I'm glad this is my city. They're finally on the streets. This is happening right now in Rostov, in the center, all over the center of the city. Riots are breaking up all over Russian prisons right now. Jeffrey, yes. Hey, cheer us up a little bit. Carlo, thank you so much. Appreciate your help and support. Philip. Zurich, thank you so much. Been to Zurich, perfect place. What a fantastic city, fantastic country. Rick, nothing but truth here. And this is why I share your link to everyone I know. Thanks again for being real. Thank you. I would love to have a beer right now. I would just love to have a beer and just kick back and not to think of anything. P.O. 1976. I think we were born in the same year. You moved me deeply with your expression of responsibility. I felt it in my chest. That takes bravery and responsibility. I try to do my best. You're a great and honorable man. Thank you. The words are priceless. Money is welcome, but I don't think that's the most important thing in this message. Thank you. This really is fantastic. Makes me shine inside. Thank you. Okay, so the latest news. Okay, the news came from Rostov region, folks. That's interesting. Last night, when ЧВК Wagner was moving around Rostov, remember I was telling you that the roadblocks were being set up, and they were set up, but there's only one border patrol guy out of all police, out of all army men, out of all border patrollers. Only one person stood up against ЧВК Wagner. Imagine that. And he was killed. Everyone else just either scared or they welcomed ЧВК Wagner. I don't know. All right. Looks like we're up for a battle because M11 north of Moscow, ЧВК Wagner is moving, closing in onto Moscow from the south. From the north, there's a large column of vehicles that will be counter defending Moscow, basically. We'll see. Chechens are coming to Rostov, closing into Rostov. Looks like they will be blood soon. Riots are breaking up in Rostov. Check this out, not for the faint-hearted. Well, that's what you get, when there's no law. BBC, Steve Rosenberg, not like civil war yet. I agree, it does not looks like civil war, it looks like a revolt. Civil war is the next step. If this is not resolved quickly in one way or another, then there will be seeds that might grow into the civil war. Civil wars don't happen overnight, Daryl, thank you. Tired Needle Sleep. Thank you so much. Colonel Kurtz, thank you from Canada. Thank you so much. Stream Superstar. More and better information here than anywhere else right now. Also, besides thanking me, thank Lorna, Mommy, Black Cat, and who else is here? Bob S. Lorna hasn't had much sleep, I know that for sure. Brianna B, thank you. Colonel Kurtz, again, thank you so much for your great support. Fox from Japan, Smackhead, thank you. Your children are so lucky to have. Thank you. You know, I live for the words like this. They're much more valuable than money to me. Thank you. Friends, I cannot do this anymore. I am morally, physically, well, not physically, but emotionally exhausted. I am gonna be taking a break. You know what? There are so many people here. I would like to invite you to pray with me. Let's 15,000 people, almost 16,000. Let's a quick prayer. If you're religious, please do. If you're not religious, do anyway. Send good wishes to people. Send good vibes, good energy, whatever you call it. I think in my heart, the idea is pretty much the same. So would you please stay with me for a short prayer? And I usually end every stream with a prayer, and this is no exception. Let's do it. Thank you, friends. Dear Lord Jesus Christ, thank you so much for giving us this day. Thank you for giving us the changes. Thank you for helping Russia. Thank you for finally sending your army of your strongest angels with your sharpest swords, led by Saint Michael in shining armor, and starting getting rid of the demons that have hijacked my country. Thank you for that. Please help Ukraine, help stop the bloodshed as soon as possible. Reach out and touch the hearts of people who are responsible and capable of making that decision. Please press them so they make the decision as soon as possible. Please help all the Ukrainians who have been affected by this terrible war. Answer everyone's prayer and make everyone's wish come true. And send angels to all good people in Ukraine and in Russia. So angels keep good people away from harm's way. Please help all those who are suffering from the strikes of Russian military in Ukraine right now. Help the sick, the hungry, the homeless, the jobless, the depressed, the ones with low self-esteem, the ones not feeling well about themselves and about life. Please shine your heavenly light upon those people. Please surround them by your warmth, with your warmth, and send your love into their hearts so they feel better about themselves and about their lives. They will get better and they will have better and happier life. So please help those who are helping Ukrainians open their hearts, wallets, and homes. God bless them. Help those who are traveling. Please send them safe travels. Help all single mothers who are struggling raising their kids, trying to make ends meet. And please help our children, keep them safe and healthy, and give us wisdom to keep the skies above their heads peaceful, and raise them in a way when they grow up, they will make this world a better place, and they will have a better job of living this life than we have done. Thank you for allowing us to come together and form this online community. Thank you for allowing us to pray together. Please help everyone who is praying along or simply watching us pray. Do not make any difference between us praying and those who are watching. We're all the same. Thank you, dear Lord. Thank you so much. Thank you. Amen. My friends, thank you for coming, giving me a chance to share the breaking news, what's happening in Russia with you. I don't know whether there will be another stream or not. I will discuss with the mods, and I'm pretty exhausted. If something extraordinary starts happening, even more extraordinary than before starts happening in Russia, then I will try to keep you informed. Meanwhile, again, thank you so much. You are absolutely awesome and you rock. And I would like to do me a favor before you sign off and before I end the stream. I invite everyone to say this phrase along with me. Just repeat it out loud. Thank you. Carthago delende est.